going through your picks today and describing them?
All of them.
Well,
that's why I wrote them down this time.
Maybe 4 through 6.
4 through 7, probably, right?
Yeah.
Help you out.
If we're gonna make you do them all.
That's why I'm here, I guess.
Yeah.
Just give me the name.
Isaiah?
Spiller. Big back, well-rounded, a lot of production in the SEC, a lot of big explosive runs. 20 years old, got a lot of good football ahead of him, and wanted to add another running back to that room to kind of compete for some work with Austin. So, it was a good pick for us.
What did you see on tape from him as far as pass protection?
Every single college back needs work on pass protection. So, but he's got the size and the physicality to do it. He's got good hands out of the backfield. That's why he's very, very well-rounded back, and he's over 6 foot, 218, 219 pounds, but still a really good athlete. So, again, against really high caliber competition, really produced well and had a lot of big, long explosive runs. Tito, big, strong defensive tackle. Was a two-sport college athlete for probably at least 2 or 3 years at UCLA, so shot putter there, which is always interesting for that event because the lower body explosion, upper body explosion, and he plays defensive tackle. So, but really excellent size, strong, leverage, and great kid. Had a chance to spend a lot of time with him here at the local day, so that's always helpful. Yeah.
Is that always a positive? A guy that either did shot put or discus, because there's a bunch of really successful trench guys that did that.
Yeah, I love that. I love wrestling backgrounds for offensive linemen, and that the longer we've gone on, the less and less kids are playing multiple sports in high school. So, but obviously he was so good at it, he could do it in the Pac-12. Just like JT Woods is running track at Baylor, so that's pretty interesting stuff right there.
Damari from Georgia played over in the offensive line. Where do you see him best there?
Yeah. He's an interior, more than likely, just based on his dimensions, how he plays. But, played tackle in the SEC and really produced pretty well. Big and strong, was a big recruit out of high school. The fact that he's played 5 spots is obviously a good feather in his cap, so including some center. So we'll kind of see where it goes. But yeah, that was good as well. I'm kind of fried right now, so.
Surprised he was there? Seemed like just.
There's 32 teams in this league. The draft kind of tells you what you are sometimes. But for guys like him and some other guys, don't really worry about when you were drafted. Just where did you go? Is a good opportunity to go make the team somewhere. So he's got a great makeup, great attitude to come in and try and win a job.
The 2 corners, Taylor Sear and.
Just your Taylor?
And Leonard,
yeah. Taylor, 2-time captain of Wake Forest, really good program. Dave Clawson does a great job there. And, he's really quick, athletic, can probably play a little inside and outside. And, we've got want to keep adding some guys with, really good cover skills that kind of fit what we do. So that's why we went with Jasir.
Outside guy, inside guy, both?
He's done both, so there's no sense to put a guy in a box before they even get here.
And then Xander, fullback, running back?
Fullback. Obviously, college running back. We're projecting him to fullback, which is what you have to do with probably 90% of the fullbacks coming out of college. But really good size, tough, rugged, but a good athlete. Because part of that job is going to have to be on special teams. So he can come in, compete for a job. But almost everybody at that position, whether you're making a linebacker turn into a fullback or running back turn into a fullback, or even some shorter tight ends, we're going to have to project them back there. But he's got a good makeup for it. So that was, it's a fun pick in the 7th round.
Did he do some lead blocking at Purdue?
Not a lot. He was basically Mike Ulst out there.
And then just the other guy was Dean Leonard, Ole Miss corner.
Yeah, Dean Leonard. Another guy, cover skills. That's, probably heard that a lot the last couple of days. A little taller and longer, 6 foot, long arms. Again, probably, inside and out. Played Canadian college football for 3 years and then 2 years at Mississippi. But ran fast. He's quick. He's got some coverability. So be some good competition in that backfield.
Is there any position group that you wanted to address that you weren't able to?
Yeah, a couple. The draft it's just funny because we're drafting players more so than just positions. So you can't go in just saying, hey, look, I want this position, I want that position, because it doesn't work like that. So, when you're looking at filling like immediate needs, that has to be done either through free agency trades or developing your own players that you have in your current roster, which are typically players you drafted in the last couple of years. But the draft, obviously, your first round pick, yeah, that guy's probably going to fill a need, right away. Second round, it'd be nice, to have a bigger role. But, everybody after that, these are just guys that we hope they can come in, earn a role, play some special teams, and then develop into players down the road. And these guys aren't coming in, into starting roles or really big roles unless they really can earn it in training camp. So, when we're, drafting, it's got to be, the best player there. So there's always a draft you come out like, yeah, I wish some things would have broken differently. Second year in a row, the fourth round, we had some guys go off that, were tough ones, but you can't get everybody. It is what it is. So, but that's kind of the way it broke down.
Were you able to share what positions?
No. No.
Blink once if it's edge rusher.
What's that?
Blink once if it's edge rusher.
We drafted Khalil Mack in the second round. That's not bad, right? We got Joey Bosa. Drafted Chris Rump last year. Got a great sack guy from the CFL. But I like the mentality though. Just keep adding depth. I like it.
So overall, Tom, do you feel like you accomplished what you? Do you have a feeling of accomplishment right now, or?
It never goes perfect because you can't control everything. But yeah, it was good weekend of work, and this was the biggest pool of players to scout since I've been in the league. And I think a lot of it's because of the pandemic the last 2 years. So our scouting staff, incredible amount of work. Our school lists this year were so much bigger than they'd ever been. So Kevin Kelly and JoJo Wooden kind of managing that whole thing. Our two guys in-house, Ethan Brodsky and Jalen Bannerman-Odin, doing everything in-house, and then our scouts on the road. There's a lot of work, more work than the usual draft. But again, everything was detailed, organized, and then you had the coaches work into it, so everything went really well. It's just not going to be perfect. It just can't be. Like I said, fourth round, some guys went off. But and then we ended up trading those two seventh-round picks for a pick next year. So, so that worked out pretty well. But yeah.
It was the pick you dealt in the Quill trade, right? It's just
I got my pick back. Yeah, it's hard to have that many picks in the seventh round, and we had 10 total going in, right? So just thought it'd be really good if we could flip those two for a future pick next year, because we were already down one for next year. So the fact that it's actually our pick is kind of ironic, I guess.
You called Ryan about that and I want the pick back?
Give me my pick back.
I didn't realize it was our six until after we had I'd already talked to him. But so yeah, very ironic.
And just last thing with Jamari, any possibility of seeing what he can do at right tackle, or you're just going to stick with guard and center?
I think he can be a pretty good guard. Like I said, we're going to put people in boxes before they even walk on campus here. So, but he's played 5 spots. That's one of the reasons why we drafted him.
All good.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.